Welcome back, guys. It's your boy Nowhere Rich checking in with another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and join the New Era crew. And blessings to you. But I gotta say what's up, yo. What's good, New Era crew? Another day. DJ Khaled, another one. Another day on God's earth. We blessed. We woke. It's Friday. It's Friday, man. And it's like, y'all remember back in the day, guys, you're like, yo, I can't wait to Friday. I can't wait to Friday. We gonna turn up. Like now, and older years later, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just Friday. So now, you just happy to be woke, happy to be alive, happy to be healthy, happy to, look at that, healthy, happy to have food in your stomach, happy to have shelter over your head, happy to have transportation to get to where you're going, happy to have money to get on public transportation to get where you're going. The blessings they just endless. So yeah, guys, what's good? You know, today I stumbled up on a video, and which is crazy because I was just talking to the kids, making an example of some, you know, when kids do things, I like to pull every now and then, pull some things out of the Bible. Yeah, we keep that joint. We olived out today, ain't we? Olives? Olive oil. You know, like, boy, olive oil in that Bible. So, not to get off track, but yeah, I was teaching them about Noah's Ark and about, you know, about how God had Noah take all the animals. Not sure too much, it was in 2 animals of each, put them on the ark, and how Noah was telling everybody about, you know, what was coming, and nobody believed him until it was too late. So, and I kind of was referring that to, you know, because kids like to, they like to do pranks, which ain't nothing wrong with pranks, but I was letting them know, like, yo, I don't know if y'all remember the story, The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Sometimes I like to scam just a little bit, not too much, but it's like, man, you know the wolf? Remember the boy who cried wolf? And then nobody believed him when it was actually a wolf out there. So, like, I was kind of trying to relate it to that and letting them know, like, sometimes everybody, when you following God, you're a child of God and you're a Christian and you following, ain't nobody gonna believe you until it's too late. So yeah, guys, we finna do a reaction video. They actually, I haven't seen it. This is my first time watching it with you guys. So doing a reaction video. Supposedly, I'm not sure, but I'm just skimming through it, just looking at it now, and saying that they did, what is it? Noah's Ark sites fully preserved. Secrets discovered in radar scans by scientists. Not what you'd expect to see. So maybe they found something of the Noah's Ark.
Well, I definitely did not expect to be covering this story, but recent claims from a research team utilizing ground-penetrating radar over at Turkey's Durup Pinar site have reignited centuries-old questions about Noah's Ark. The discovery of subsurface structures and distinctive soil composition has led some researchers to suggest they found compelling evidence for the biblical vessel's final resting place. The Durup Pinar site lies in eastern Turkey, approximately 18 miles
don't it
south
look like a
of
boat?
Mount Ararat.
If you really look at the shape,
consists of a boat-shaped geological formation measuring 538 feet in length. Made primarily of limonite and iron ore, the formation is situated in the Agri province near the Iranian border at an elevation between 1,966 to 2,004 meters above sea level. The site's distinctive boat-like shape first caught attention after being...
What did it say, 900? Bro, that's a lot of water. Like, the water had to bend all the way over. The water had to have been up to the sun almost. Man, yo. Guys, get right with God, yo. Trying to tell you. It's one person you don't want to play with.
ARK is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. When converted to modern measurements, these biblical specifications translate to approximately 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high, making the Durup Pinar's formation of 538 feet in length relatively close to the biblical account. The location also holds geographical significance given its proximity to Mount Ararat, which Genesis 8:4 identifies as where
Genesis 6:15. Let's read that real quick. Wickedness in the world. When human beings began to increase in numbers on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. Then the Lord said, my spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days. Them Nephilims are them tall giants, yo. Why I lose my spot? Okay, the Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. The Lord regretted that he had made human beings on earth, and his heart was deeply troubled. So the Lord said, I will wipe from the face of the earth the human race I have created, and with them the animals, the birds, the creatures that move along the ground. For I regret that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. Guys, that's why it's important to pray every day, yo. Have a righteous heart. Be pure-hearted. We all go through our times back, when we're young because we don't know better. That's because we subjected to the world. But once you get sense and you know better, I'm telling you guys, can't play with the man up there. Can't play with him.
That are located approximately 20 feet below the surface that could potentially represent living quarters beneath a deck-like structure. Jones argues that these findings are inconsistent with natural geological formations, stating that this is not what you would expect to see if the site was simply a solid block of rock or the result of random mudflow debris. Instead, he suggests these features align with what one would expect to find in the remains of a man-made vessel matching biblical specifications. Beyond the radar imaging, Jones and his team have placed significant emphasis on soil composition differences between samples taken from inside and outside the formation. Analysis of 22 soil samples reportedly revealed that material from within the formation had lower pH levels compared to surrounding soil, twice the organic matter content, and 40% higher potassium concentration. William Crabtree, a soil scientist working with Noah's Ark scans, interpreted these differences as consistent with rotting wood, explaining that potassium levels, organic matter, and pH can all be influenced by decaying organic material. The team further noticed that vegetation growing within the formation displayed different coloration compared to plants immediately outside of it, which they suggest could indicate underlying compositional differences supporting human origin. Additional evidence cited by the research team included marine deposits and seafood remnants dated to between 3,500 and 5,000 years ago, which they interpret as indicating the area was once underwater during a period roughly corresponding with biblical flood chronologies. Professor Farouk Kaya, identified as a lead researcher, noted that our studies show that this region harbored life in that period and that at some point it was covered by water, which reinforces the possibility that a catastrophic event of great magnitude occurred. Central to the Noah's Ark scan team's claims is their use of ground-penetrating radar, a geophysical method that uses radar pulses to create images of subsurface structures. This technology can detect various subsurface elements, including objects, changes in material properties, voids, and cracks under appropriate conditions. Andrew Jones describes their use of GPR as a non-invasive peek into the past, with initial scans revealing rectangular shapes approximately 22 feet below the surface. The team has also mentioned plans to employ electrical resistivity tomography, ERT, which uses electrical current to measure resistivity patterns underground as a complementary method. It's worth noting that the methods proposed on the Khafra Pyramid project on the Giza Plateau by Filippo Bionde would be useful in deployment on sites like this, because ground-penetrating radar alone will likely not be able to yield the kind of results that we're looking for. But if the technological capabilities of the Doppler integration that Filippo Bionde is using with their synthetic aperture radar scans for the Giza Plateau, if that type of sensor fusion and technological fusion could be applied towards sites like this, then we might be able to gain even higher fidelity imagery and more definitive conclusions on what this site actually is. A persistent criticism of research at the Durup Pinar site has been the lack of adherence to standard archaeological protocols. Traditional archaeological investigations usually follow rigorous methodologies, including systematic excavation, proper documentation, laboratory analysis of artifacts, and peer review before making definitive claims about historical structures. But to date, the Durup Pinar site has never been properly excavated by professional archaeologists following these protocols. This absence of systematic archaeological investigation presents a significant gap in the evidence needed to substantiate claims about the site's origin and purpose, whether that be purely geological or something a little bit more anomalous. The Noah's Ark scan team acknowledges this limitation, stating that their current work focuses on non-destructive testing methods, including soil sampling and radar scans, with excavation only being considered after sufficient evidence has been gathered and preservation strategies have been established. Jones has emphasized that their approach prioritizes careful planning and site preservation. The Noah's Ark scans team has outlined ambitious plans for the future. Investigations at the Durup Pinar site will continue. These plans focus on gathering more conclusive evidence using a combination of non-destructive and minimally invasive techniques. This includes the conducting of additional GPR and ERT scans across broader sections of the formation, and also performing core drilling at strategic locations to obtain samples from deeper within the structure without causing significant damage. Creating small openings to insert cameras for internal visualization is also being considered, as well as taking additional soil samples for more comprehensive analysis and collaboration with Turkish universities to develop a formal site preservation plan. While the Noah's Ark scans team has presented intriguing data from their GPR surveys and soil analysis, substantial scientific skepticism persists regarding their interpretations. The boat-shaped formation at Durup Pinar undeniably exists and bears a superficial resemblance to descriptions of Noah's Ark, including its approximate dimensions and location near Mount Ararat. Recent investigations have identified these subsurface anomalies that researchers are...
Teach one. We all striving for betterness. But really sit back. After this video, I want you guys to meditate and sit back and think. They said the man boat had hallways. This one man who built the ark, one man, had hallways. Imagine how mad God was when he flooded that earth back then. I read the scripture to you. Let me read it to you one more time. Just this one part, because it's crazy. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination race had become on earth, and every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. All the time. Meaning everybody was just wicked, bro. And if you really think about it, those were the last days back then, right? Because he came through with that flood, the great reset. So think about right now. The majority, 90%, maybe more than 95%, 2/3 of the earth got wicked and evil in their heart. It's crazy work. So yeah, guys, on that note, just something to think about, meditate. For me too. For everybody, yo. Actually, you should play this to your kids too. I ain't gonna lie to you. On this note, guys, I'm checking out. And I'll see you on the next vlog. Peace.